Good morning, and this is the second day on our way from Leh to Paddar. Last night we stayed at a place called Tandi at a monastery called Tupchiling Monastery. The monks had arrived from Zanskar. They will be performing the pujas in Paddar with us, and yeah, so right now we're on our way. I think it's going to take about 7-8 hours, I think, and put together the time needed for lunch and refreshments on the way, maybe 8 to 9 hours. It's a long journey because, as I'll show you in a while, we are on Himachali roads, which is quite treacherous. It's on mountains, and the roads are quite narrow without any side barrier for protection. And but the landscape is beautiful, the place is beautiful, and yeah, it's a beautiful journey. So as you can see, narrow roads, no side barriers for protection. I think it can hardly fit 2 cars, but you can see 1.5 cars, and so you have to be careful around the bends, because you don't know if a truck will approach. A lot of trucks come to this side, actually, to Lahaul, because Lahaul is famous for cabbages and cauliflower, and I think a few other sorts of vegetables. They grow really well here, and trucks come from all over India to pick up the vegetables, fresh vegetables. A beautiful waterfall, and yeah, we have this lovely valley, very narrow valley, and right over there, where is it? Yes, I saw a small glacier which was melted. We have a raging river down there, and we just opened up to a beautiful valley again. Yeah, the road is beautiful, really nice. I think we are going towards a very famous pilgrimage place called Karja Pakspa, where there is this self-arising statue of Buddha Avalokiteshwar. It is very famous. Lahaul is very famous for that. We call it Karja Pakspa. Karja is the name of the place. Pakspa is it is kind of like and how can I say? It is a name that we call for bodhisattvas, honorary, with respect. Yeah, I forgot the term for that. Karja Pakspa. So that's very famous. It's very famous for that. And yeah, lovely skies, good weather. The temperature is also good. It's not very cold. It's a bit chilly, but not very cold. The roads are a bit narrow though. इसके बाद जब मैं वापस आऊँगा शायद 27 को आऊँगा तो दर्शन में बड़ा अभिषेक
हो सके तो जरूर कुल्लू में आना जी एक बार ना मेरे पास भी। हाँ जी, कि मेरे हस्बैंड को भी थोड़ी दिक्कत है ना, वो बीमार हो गए थे पहले, तो पीछे आपने एक बार फेसबुक में डाला था अपना, तो उस वक्त मैं आ नहीं पाई, आपका वहाँ में देखा, जिससे अभी आप आए तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि वो आप मेरे नाम तो ऐसे मतलब अच्छी बोल रहे थे, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया कौन है, जैसे आपको देखा तब मेरे को ऐसा लगा चलो उस दिन नहीं मिला तो आज मिल गया। हाँ जी,
ऐसा करेंगे ना, अगली बार क्या करूँगा मैं यहाँ से जुवाल से जाऊँगा ना।
हाँ जी,
जुवाल से मैं ओपा के लिए जाऊँगा।
हाँ जी,
यहाँ से फिर अगर होके जाऊँगा तो अगर कुल्लू पहुँचा
हाँ जी,
तो आपके हस्बैंड।
हाँ जी, जरूर जी जरूर।
아마네 또 이쪽 조시랑 봐. 거걸 땅스나. 할래. 배터리 땅스야. So we just had breakfast at a family's house. The family, I think the lady of the house, one of the ladies, I think she is the niece of Gen Urgen, you know, the monk from the senior monk from Zanskar, an old friend I know. I think his niece, she's married here. So this is her in-laws house. So we had some fantastic food. The food was actually quite nutritious because it was local, you know, like I think they used buckwheat, local cheese, local you know, produce like butter and so on, and also all the vegetables were local, so it was very nice. It was very kind of them. And we continue on our way towards Paddar. I think we're going first to Killar. Before Paddar, I think there's a place called Killar where we're going to have lunch, which is I think quite a bit from here. They told me it's going to be about 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, the road is still very nice. Mountainous roads, a bit dangerous obviously because there's no side rails for protection, but the scenery is beautiful. You know, I was just telling my colleagues in the car that the beauty of Lahaul area is that you have snowy mountains at the top and you have green valleys below, unlike Ladakh, which is dry. I mean, Ladakh has its own kind of beauty. You have snowy mountains and then you have this great plateau, but dry, not as green as it is here. So here you have this beautiful greenery. So this is the famous Karja Pakspa, the self-arisen statue of Buddha Avalokiteshwar. Yeah, and they in Sanskrit it's called Trilok. Trilok is Jixtin Sumgun, the three worlds, Lord of the three worlds. The lower world, which is the world of the Nagas, the underworld, and then on top of the surface. The second world is the surface world of humans, and then of the sky world, you know, where the gods live. So basically the three worlds, below, on surface and above. Jixne Sumgon, Trilok. So yeah, Triloknath, Karja Pakspa. Very precious, very yeah, it's an amazing place. So I think it's kind of over there, and then above that there is a beautiful water source, mountain stream where there's a glacier, where we went last time in July, I think. Yeah, and legend has it that the self-arisen statue of Avalokiteshwar, I think it kind of froze, you know. Initially I think it was they say that it was the actual Avalokiteshwar and he came out of that lake. We call it Omatso, the milk lake, because the lake is white like milk. So Avalokiteshwar came out of that lake, and then I think he was found by a shepherd, and then the shepherd carried him back to the village, and then Avalokiteshwar told him not to look back. He did, and then Avalokiteshwar I think froze into the form of a marble statue, which is at Karsha Paspa. So that's it. We are still on our way. I think still have a long way to go. I really like the trees here, because I think these are pine trees, if I'm not wrong. The trees look very beautiful. The landscape has changed a little bit, and villagers are starting their day. This beautiful place, lovely place. सब यहीं रहते हो? नहीं। सब यहीं रहते हैं? अच्छा। पल्दर नहीं पास। पल्दर है ना? यहाँ पर। या लेकिन यहाँ पर रहते हो ना? अच्छा हो या इधर हो से। शुआदा कौन? अच्छा। शुआइन हो या पीछे देखो ना? हो या शुआदा है। पीछे। So we are continuing our journey towards Killar, and I think we're about to reach in about half an hour, I think. Yep, I think it's showing here. Let me see if I can focus. Yep, half an hour to Killar. And from Killar to Gulabgarh in Paddar, I think it's about 2 hours something. So hopefully within the next 3-4 hours we'll reach our destination. The road, as you can see, is quite treacherous, very dangerous, and I don't know how they're going to fix this road, but I think it's going to take ages to do anything on this road. I think it's very challenging because of the sheer amount of rock, and Ladakh it's quite easy because of the lack of rock, it's just earth, so an excavator can literally just widen the road quite easily. Here I think you need those huge rock breakers, I don't know what you call them, the huge jackhammer things, and then you need an excavator, then you need a lot of other machineries, so it takes maybe twice or even longer to fix these roads. ज़्यादा इंतज़ार करने तो नहीं पड़ा? नहीं। यहाँ से कितना दूर है? यहाँ से ये पार है। ठीक है, चलिए। So we just reached Killar. It's I think a big town. Before we cross into Jammu and Kashmir and into Paddar. Paddar, the place we're going is called Gulabgarh, and Killar I think they've arranged lunch and they were requesting me to have a short stay and to interact with the people, which I would gladly do. Yeah, it's a lovely place, really beautiful. It's a hill town. It looks quite big, and the only thing is the road. You know, the road that connects Killar to to the rest of the world. I've been told that from Paddar to Jammu the road is much better. The only thing is that from Killar, from Paddar to Lahaul, the road is really bad. I think maybe this is one of the worst roads I've ever been. I mean, it's very picturesque. It's beautiful in terms of scenery and everything, but in terms of the quality of the road, the width and everything, it's really bad. And there's no safety whatsoever, so that's really dangerous. But yeah, the landscape is really beautiful. I think the trees are all pine trees. They look amazing. सोचा कि छोटा सा मतलब गांव होगा
नहीं गांव तो बहुत दूर दूर है जी अभी सारे इकट्ठे हुए ना यहाँ
नहीं किलाड़ मतलब जगह के
किलाड़
और थोड़े यहाँ पर विकास भी हो चुका है ना अभी थोड़े विकास भी हो रहे हैं आपको पार्किंग बहुत बड़ी है वहाँ पे रोड का थोड़ा सा समस्या है ना यहाँ से हिमाचल तक लाहौल तक मुझे बताया गया था कि पादर से लेके जम्मू तक रोड काफ़ी अच्छा है ना तो यहाँ पर काम बहुत कम हो रहा है
अभी कम हो रहा है बहुत प्रायोरिटी में है बहुत का लो प्रायोरिटी में है
क्योंकि लोकल लोग ही जाते नहीं इसलिए
आजकल ये तांदी पुल से आपका अब ये लास्ट स्टेशन सारे पुल तक ना जी उसके बाद जैन के लग जाते ये ग्रिप के अंडर है ना कभी बजट आता है कभी काम सब हो गया बीच में मतलब 8-10 साल तो काम ही नहीं चले जी हो गया पता नहीं
तो मतलब जेएनके के बाद जो यहाँ से जेएनके का जो सरहद है ना उसके बाद जो काम रहा है वो प्राइवेट कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के साथ हो रहा है ना
नहीं जी
वो भी ग्रिप के अंदर
नहीं वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की प्रायोरिटी ज़्यादा है ना
फिर थोड़ा आरसीसी चेंज है ना जी वहाँ 70 आरसीसी है या मेरे ख्याल में यहाँ 70 है वहाँ 94 है ये फर्क है जी
Prodallamento bem que já que Ana ostor su çıkarsın.
वो है नीचे चपा ठीक है। रोना है किसी के दुख को समझना और किसी के लिए खुशी की प्रार्थना करना है माइग्रेन। समझे मेरी बात? नीचे हाँ वो चीज़ को डुंगल
So we have departed from Killar, had a nice lunch there. Quite a few people were assembled. They were telling me that there are about 5 villages in the vicinity and everybody had just literally packed and attended. Yeah, it was lovely. Give them a short Dharma talk about compassion and love, loving kindness and compassion. And I told him that whenever my schedule allows, I will try to spend some time here in Killar, maybe 5 days or a week, and try to teach them a little bit about Buddhist philosophy. And yeah, that's it. And now we are on our way to Gulabgarh in Paddar, and they told me that the road actually from Gulabgarh onwards is really good. I think just this stretch from Tandi to Killar is not very good. So we just stopped here briefly. I think we are about to enter Jammu and Kashmir on our way to Paddar, and we have to do entry, give our identifications and register the car, number plates, etc. Police check post.